Hello and welcome, beloveds, to the Dr. Mumbi Show. My name is Dr. MumbiSeraki. How you doing? How's everything going? I really do pray that you are well. In all your ways, and that you are moving into living life truly on your own terms. We want to thank every single person that supports us on our PayPal and our Patreon accounts. We wouldn't be able to do this show without your support. Thanks to everyone that has subscribed to both the Dr. Mumbi Show and Dr. Mumbi Live. We appreciate love each and every one of you. And now we're just waiting for things to return to normal before we actually start the programming that we had set aside for the Dr. Mumbi Live, which was supposed to be more of us just doing live shows, talking about connecting to spiritual power, etc., breaking out of the chains, making sure that, you're anointing your house, you're anointing your children, you're anointing yourself, because such times as these require that. But today, actually, what brings me here is some really good news for women in Africa. This is absolutely amazing, where Gabon has actually appointed their very first female prime minister. There's been 11 men before her, and now she's finally been elected. She's called Rose Christian Osuka, and she was I don't know if was she elected? I think she's selected by Gabon's president Ali Bongo Onindimba last Thursday, and he named her as a new prime minister. Which is huge. It's huge, and we really do hope that more women will get into positions of leadership, but not women, not she men. You know what I mean? Not women who are trying to be like the men that who are trying to compete with men on the same level, instead of actually tapping into their feminine power and using that. Because a lot of the policies we see that governments making, it's because they have no female representative, or in some of the parliaments, etc. There's not even one woman there, and yet they're deciding things on children and welfare, and they just don't have it. They don't have that motherly touch. But what happened is she actually replaces someone called Julien Gorke Bekale, who had held the position since 2019. He'd only been there for barely a year, and her appointment was actually announced by the presidential spokesperson, and he said the president had instructed her to form a new government to run the affairs of the Central African oil-producing nation. And I mean, okay, it's amazing that we have this female prime minister, but Bongo, he runs it like his fiefdom. He runs it like his kingdom. Like, go build it, go. I've appointed you, go put a government together and fix everything. And she is, the fifth prime minister to actually serve under Ali Bongo. And I think the way it works in Gabon is the president selects the prime minister who he feels he can work with, and then she kind of I love it. She puts together, the government that will now move things forward. But Prime Minister Raponda is not new to the to the political scene. She became the first woman to be elected mayor in 2014 of the capital, Libreville, and so and she's also held countless other positions as she kind of made her way. I think she was also a minister of security at some point as well. So she's not new to Ali Bongo, but is this a good thing for women? What do you guys think? Does it make a difference when a woman is elected in any post? And this is just like, maybe Bongo is ahead of his time, because we've seen across, I think it was across Scandinavia, where all female governments are getting elected now. And so this is huge. And you know what? Another thing I loved about this Miss Raponda is that she has a degree in economics, public financing, but she actually got it from Gabonese Institute of Economy and Finance. I always love it when, you're getting leaders who have actually studied through, at least gotten one degree somewhere, somehow, through the local system, because that puts them more in touch, instead of getting foreign ideas, training at the Harvards of this world, which have nothing to do with Africa or Africa's issues. Stories for other days. Anyway, let me know what you think about this. I think it's huge. Now, she had formerly served as the Director General of the Economy, as well as the Deputy Director General of the Housing Bank of Gabon. So leadership is nothing, strange to her, but here she has her new role. And she becomes the second female prime minister to be elected in Africa. I think the first one was Namibia in 2017. But those are definitely stories for other days. Until next time, tuko pamoja.
Wake up, Africa, your time has come. Open up your eyes and see the sun. Open up your spirit. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Wake up, Africa.
Hello and welcome to Africa Watch on the Dr. Mumbi Show. My name is Dr. MumbiSeraki. How you doing? How's everything going? I hope you're well, and I hope that, this week is proceeding amazingly for you. Now, you know what? This is a special season in Africa, guys. So much is happening, and we've been seeing a lot of the foreign armies making moves, but I'm finally starting to understand why. Because, this is also like we're entering a season of elections where there'll be a few elections almost, every year for the next 4 or 5 years. And so there's a lot, people are awakening, awakened leaders are coming out of nowhere and they're showing up on the stage. So there's a lot happening. And that's why it's no surprise, although it caught the Gabon presidency by total surprise, but it's no surprise to us that there was an attempted coup in Gabon yesterday. So what happened is about a few military officers, I think there were like 5, they actually staged an attempted coup by seizing a radio station, the state radio station, basically at 4:30 a.m. And they gave this whole speech about how they were dissatisfied with Ali Bongo and that they were especially embarrassed by his New Year's Eve speech, and he was no longer fit to take the country, and they were taking over. But the thing that got me is they were lieutenants. When I was reading the story and then I saw lieutenant so-and-so, I was like, man, a lieutenant that's kind of low rank. If it's not a general, then, it ain't happening. But anyway, they attempted. And so they said that the coup was to restore democracy and oust those who, in a cowardly way, assassinated their young compatriots on the night of August 3rd, 2016, which was the previous election. And what happened in the previous election is that, Ali Bongo, he's from the Bongo family that has been ruling Gabon, which is an oil-rich nation, for almost over 4 decades. 4 decades. So they are literally like a monarchy. Now, the current president, he took over, Ali Bongo, he took over from his father who passed on in the year sometime in 2000s. That decade. And so he took over, but the 2 elections that have been held have been marred by corruption, a lot alleged misappropriation of votes, and violence. And so especially this 2016 election was especially violent. And that's what they do. That's how they stay in power. Well, this Ali Bongo, he went to Saudi Arabia for the investment conference that took place last year. I actually did a video of this while I was in New York. And while he was at the investment conference, he collapsed. Now, the coup leaders were saying that he actually suffered a stroke. And he was rushed to I think it's a King Faisal hospital in Saudi Arabia. And he was there for several months for just over a month, from October to about mid-November. And then we heard that he was being moved to Morocco to receive further treatment and recover fully. And the first question I asked is there no hospital in Gabon? I mean, as a president, with all the crazy things that they're doing to people nowadays, wouldn't you want to fly home to your own nation and be taking care of your doctors and your nurses and be in the presence of your people instead of having foreigners take care of you? Anyway, those are stories for other days. So these coup guys, so they staged this coup, but it didn't last. I think it lasted like maybe 7-8 hours. And what happened is, what the Bongo family have done is for decades they've infiltrated the army with the presidential guard. And the presidential guard, the way guys do it across the continent, is usually the presidential guard will have most of the people from your tribe or from your community, and it's no different with the Bongo family. So Ali Bongo, the military is very loyal to him because most of the people, like most of the key positions, are held by his community. So this coup actually took a lot of people by surprise, and these lieutenants were extremely daring, but you know, it was quickly brought to an end, unfortunately. But we'll see, because it's shaken, you know, Gabon at the root.